We had more energy for the second practice. We had better results, and we did the things the coaches wanted us to do. So the second practice was definitely better than the first practice.
What are some of those things?
Energy, staying aggressive, getting the ball in the paint, and scoring the ways that we're best at scoring.
You were around last year for all those practices. Did you notice a difference yourself? I mean, because last year, I know you were there, but you kind of got to watch a little bit more. And do you think that's that different from what your practices are like this year to what they were like last year?
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
We have good days, we have bad days, but we just try to go into practice every day and give 110%. And sometimes, it just don't go as planned.
Sure.
And we just trying to get better.
So he lets you know when it doesn't go as planned?
Definitely.
When you're not scoring the ball, in what other ways can you impact the game?
I try to impact the game defensively, getting in the passing lane, getting skills, and also just pressuring the ball, whoever's dribbling the ball, and just being a leader out there on the floor. That's the try of things I try to do.
What do you think of your fit when you play alongside Devon?
What do I fit?
Yeah, what do you think of the fit when you guys kind of play together on the court?
I think it's a great fit. Both pretty fast. Both can bring the ball up the court. And, I think it just brings more speed to the team when we play together.
What does he do that kind of complements your skills?
You can get in the paint and pass, which I can be open for a shot and shoot the ball, or a head fake and go around my defender. So them are pretty much the things.
Did you get a lot of praise for getting into the paint against Tennessee, especially? I mean, you fouled out Williams, right? I mean, that was a pretty big moment there. It seemed like Coach was pleased with that.
Yeah, he was pretty pleased with it, with how aggressive I was during the game. So,
is there any reason it clicked that particular game, or is that just part of the process of it coming along?
Just me getting better every day. Just figuring out things Coach wanted me to do in order to help the team.
Sure.
And, I'm just trying to do those things and help the team win as much as possible.
How's Quentin been playing?
Quentin, how he's been playing?
Yeah.
In practice, he had a pretty good day in practice yesterday. The other day. And I feel like he's getting better. He's maturing. He's looking into the things that Coach wants him to do in order for him to be successful on his team. And I think in the near future, he'll be playing a lot better than what he has been.
Charlie, do you feel like a veteran? I mean, sitting out here 1 year, playing at Cal 1 year, when you look at Q or Devon and those guys are doing all this for the first time, I mean, does that make you feel like a veteran, or do you feel like you're maybe in their shoes a little bit too, because it's all new for both of you here?
Both at times.
Yeah.
Sadly. Wish I was still a freshman too. But both at times. Some things be new to me, and some things I already seen, and I just try to help the young guys out with it and tell them, just be patient and just play your game.
Are you seeing more confidence and swagger out of LeGerald, and if so, how important are those things to this game?
Definitely. Very important for anybody to have confidence. You're going to go out there and play a tremendously lot better than you're capable of at times. So, it's important for the team because, he makes shots. He's a great offensive player, and defensively also he's pretty good. So, it's pretty good for the team, and it helps us win games.
Have you guys spent much time on Stanford?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What are you seeing differently this year than your role was last year, your transfer season?
Well, last year I wasn't playing, so I was just, on the red team, just trying to compete as hard as I can against the blue team, try to make those guys better in order for them to play in their next game that they had.
Hey, with Silvio, he's not playing in games yet, but he's obviously practicing. What do you see out of him and kind of his energy and his attitude while dealing with all this?
He's been great. Knowing that he's been sitting out and things like that, I know it's pretty hard for him. But in practice, he's been giving 110%. Every practice is like a game for him. That's how he carry in and come into practice every day, and he's been doing great with that.
Did you see anything different out of Devon in those games in New York that maybe wasn't coming out in those first couple games? Like anything noticeable to you?
Not too much. He's always aggressive. I think he's just a little bit more aggressive in New York for some reason. And, he played great. So if he can just keep that up, it'd be best for the team.
as a guy who's been through the college game a little bit, do you find yourself maybe having to tell him, like, hey, it's okay to play aggressive as a young guy, or do you sense any sort of tentativeness with him?
No, not really.
Yeah,
not really.
I like what you said about Silvio. You know, every practice is like a game for him.
Yeah.
Do you sense he's having fun? I mean, it would be hard because you want to play in games, right? But do you sense that he's still having fun? Is he clowning you guys about things that happen on the court that, of course, he would have helped with or anything
all
like
the
that?
time. Yeah, Silvio's a funny guy. Yeah, he's definitely having fun. You know, even though it's hard for him to sit out, I feel like he's having a lot of fun. You know, helping the guys out on the court and the young guys as well, telling them what he sees and things of that nature. So I think he's having.
Does he get to the guards? Does he tell you guys how to run your show?
He tried. You probably don't listen to him.
Practice earlier today, maybe saying you guys aren't the best practice team. I'm sure you've probably heard that a time or two from him. What do you think it is about this group that maybe doesn't bring that sustained focus every practice?
I just think it's different than the past years. You had a bunch of older guys in practices like Devontae, Frank, Lando, players like that. You got to think about it at the guard position too. So
right.
there was experience there, and I think it's just a matter of us getting into that rhythm, and we got to figure out we got to bring it every day if we want to get the most out of this year.
Do guys understand where they fit in this puzzle?
I think we have a way better idea of where we stand than we did prior to these 5 games, but I think all the guys are figuring out their roles and how they can help the team win. So that's a big thing for us.
Who are some players that bring it every practice, you would say?
I mean, you have to gotta go. Gerald does a great job. He's been a great leader, bringing great energy and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much anybody can have their days. There's a lot of there's different options, but it's a matter of getting us all to mesh and play with that togetherness that we need to have.
You surely had the last couple of years practices that didn't go great, right? Off days, whatever. Everybody has them. Mm-hmm. What changed then? I mean, was it a Devontae's voice that spoke up and brought everybody back, or something like that?
Yeah, I mean that voice obviously helps. So I feel like we have to figure out where that's going to come from for us. I mean, sometimes you can feel a practice slipping a little bit, and you just gotta step in there and make sure we understand that we got to bounce back. I think it's easy. I think you can change your practice by just understanding that you're kind of losing it a little bit. And
right.
That's something that I'm trying to help some of the guys out with.
How would you characterize Tuesday's second practice?
It was way more. It was way better than the first practice. We were intense and brought that energy, and felt like everyone there. Kind of felt like it wasn't like a boot camp, but it had the energy of boot camp. Like everyone there was turned up. We were playing hard, and it felt good to get out there again. So we definitely needed it.
How have you seen LeGerald change from junior year to senior year in terms of just playing with confidence and swagger?
I feel like that has a lot to do with like he's the guy you gotta go to when you need a basket. I mean, brings some. I think that gives you a little bit of confidence. I mean, the kid's playing great, playing out of his mind, making big shots, making big plays, and he deserves that because he puts in the work for it. And that's somebody I think works so hard behind the scenes that a lot of you guys don't get to see.
How's Silvio handling the practicing and stuff? Coach Self mentioned, he still goes hard.
Yeah, he's done a great job. It's great to go against Silvio every day because he's obviously a force when it comes to like his build, and he knows how to play. So he's been doing a great job of bringing that energy and not letting anything get to his head. And I feel like that's something special. Not a lot of people could do that, but he's done a great job of bringing that energy for us.
And that's got to be difficult for him to do as well, since he's kind of like just waiting. He doesn't know what his status is going to be. How has he handled that part of it?
I'd say he's just like I said. I mean, he's been bringing energy every day, having a good attitude, and even if he does slip a little bit, it doesn't last. It lasts a play maybe. He fixes it and figures out how he can help the team. I mean, he's done a great job of giving us looks. Like he did Williams really well from Tennessee. He did a great job of showing us looks on what he would do, and so like when you have a player out there that can give you a good look of what the other team is going to throw at you, then that certainly helps.
With Silvio this year and KJ Dietrich and Charlie last year, is it a case of them practicing with something to prove?
I wouldn't say they're practicing with something to prove, but I'd say they're definitely coming out there and they're bringing an energy to practice. I mean, like, even though they might not be on like the first team, as you'd say, and the teams switch up so much, it doesn't really matter, but they still bring the intensity. And so, like, my hat's off to Silvio. I mean, the kid's doing a great job, and he doesn't get enough recognition for that. He's doing such a good job.
Can you put yourself in Tennessee shoes or Stanford shoes? And, you know, they scout you. They see what you've got: personnel, talent, strengths, weaknesses, whatever. And then a guy like KJ does what he did in that Tennessee game. I mean, what does that say about this team and obviously your depth, but just how dangerous you can be?
I feel like you can get it from any angle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players on our team. A lot of people that can certainly contribute a lot in their moments, and I think we understand when people are feeling good and have the hot hand, and that's another thing we need to get better at is when somebody has the hot hand, you feed them. So, like you said, KJ came out and gave us a great boost of energy against Tennessee, and that certainly helped us win the game. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. We're gonna find a way. We're gonna figure out something that's working, and we're gonna figure it out.
You know much about Stanford yet?
We played against them
Right.
every year.
Right.
Year?
Yeah, the last two. Right. Yeah.
I played my freshman year.
Yeah, here.
Oh yeah, he did. So yeah, I think we played against him every year so far. Coach Haas is obviously a really good coach. Played here, so he was real good. I was talking to Gurley about him the other day. But yeah, I know a couple of their guys, and I know they're a real talented team that plays hard and they play the right way. So it's gonna take us to pay attention to scout and report and listen to what coaches have to say for us to be successful.
Sure.
What did Gurley